and Marana Mornings. Arizona Sports, the local sports leader. Bickley Blast.
Arizona State's football program pulled off quite a trifecta in week one. They won a game by 19 points. They dropped a spot in the polls. And then their head coach managed to tick off the population of Starkville, Mississippi, and maybe every small town along the way. It all came in the context of life on the road and what it means for a former Pac-12 city now competing in the Big 12. Dillingham mentioned the lack of hotels in smaller towns, the lengthy drives to the stadium, and food options that aren't exactly ideal for a traveling party of 160 people. He also said the food was so bad in Lubbock that his players got sick before a game at Texas Tech last year. Now, nothing he said was wrong unless you happen to live in one of those small towns. Now, I love a brash head coach who isn't afraid to speak his mind. That's what made Bruce Arians so refreshingly popular. But ticking off an opposing fan base before a road game at Mississippi State where they're already armed to the teeth with cowbells, well, that's questionable strategy entering an already hostile environment. Because as John Cougar sings, they're taught to fear Jesus in a small town, and now here come the devils. All right, today's Bickley Blast brought to you by my great friends at Chapman BMW, who make luxury attainable. Find them online at chapmanbmw.com.
So interesting is now that we play in a lot smaller towns, we play further away from stadiums, our road games. So we stay about an hour and 20, hour and 15 minutes away from the stadium this week because that's the nearest hotel that's not a casino. To stay at. No, it's the truth. That's some teams stay at the casino. That wasn't even a joke.
That was what's making headlines in Starkville. Let me pile on. Let me join Team Dillingham. Did you use the term armed to the teeth?
Uh-oh.
Armed to the tooth.
Armed to the tooth.
Sorry, I just stepped on your punchline there.
No, it's good. It's a good punchline.
No, we were on the same team there, Jared. Look, there's a complex there, certainly, and it was touched. There was a nerve touched. I don't think it was the most damning statement. If it riles the locals, if it riles the Mississippi State fan base, okay, you've probably made your task a little bit harder because of the energy that's going to be in the game. Mm-hmm. What it boils down to is ASU being a superior football team. Mm-hmm. And having an opportunity to go in as a superior football team. And look, had he never said that, had there been no headlines generated and no reaction from Starkville, Mississippi, this is still uncharted territory. ASU's never gone on the road. There's only a few examples of them having the opportunity to do it. They've never gone on the road to an SEC school and won. So this would be a statement unto itself.
Oh, yeah.
But now I think there's going to be a little bit more in terms of eyeballs on this game. And obviously it got ratcheted up a couple notches.
Well, listen, you've seen the reaction from the other side. I mean, you can poke fun at them all you want, but you've seen the reaction. That's how they feel. And that's something ASU's football team is going to have to deal with. Those are the facts. And there's nothing Kenny Dillingham said was wrong. Like I said, unless you've got a pair of ears and you live in Starkville, Mississippi.
And also, like I pointed out, Mississippi State fans don't know anything about Arizona State. Mm-hmm. So they are happy to have something to sort of jump on now so they could root against them, so they could get passionate about this game and get sort of like something to put their vial towards. I don't know.
Somebody tweeted out from Starkville, why did the Sun Devil cross the road? Because the chicken knew there was a hotel around the corner from the stadium. And I'm like, wow, I don't know if that's a punchline or what that really is.
That is hilarious.
Right, hilarious. But
Chicken's running away from the Mississippi State fan that's trying to fry it.
I mean, basically this boils down to Mississippi State fans being upset that Kenny Dillingham spoke ill of their lodging options. Mm-hmm. It's a town of 25,000 people. There's more people in the stadium on Saturday than live in that town.
The other thing is...
But again, you've got to recognize what Jared is also saying is accurate. It's that elite mentality that drives them nuts.
It's also the SEC mindset that they think that they're more important than anybody else. It doesn't matter that they're a small town. They care more about football than you do in your big, fancy skyscraper town.
What I would love is for this to really kind of galvanize and get the Sun Devils on point, have the Sun Devils win by about 40. That's the way to kind of respond to this.
Yeah. And then say, we enjoyed our 90-minute commute into the stadium to win that.
And by the way, where's the Chick-fil-A on the way out of town?
Well, I don't know if that satisfies the finicky eaters on
Yeah.
You mentioned it in the blast. The cowbells were a part of practice yesterday. They were all over the practice field out at Arizona State. Kenny Dillingham talked about how the team handled the communication process with those cowbells ringing.
I think it was decent today. I anticipate it being very, very difficult. Like I said, this is a great city. It's a great fan base. Starkville loves their football team. And so we're trying to simulate it as much as possible. So it's going to be a great challenge for us because, they got a great fan base.
Yeah, Sam Levitt, the quarterback, is going to have to deal with a lot of that when ASU's got the ball. He talked about the cowbells at practice.
Honestly, I like it. It kind of reminds me of high school football. So just get some juice going and preparing us for the game.
And then remembered one time where cowbells bothered him.
The only time it bugged me was when they were doing it in the center's ear and he couldn't hear me do the cadence. So I got a little mad at that, but other than that, it was fun.
You can imagine getting ready for a football game and at practice your own people are ringing a cowbell right in your center's ear.
Well, but again, so if that's how they act, it's just gotten amplified. And if you think this stuff isn't fuel on the college level, you weren't paying attention to what was said after TCU mopped the floor with North Carolina and how insulted they were at all the perceived slights, at the one-sided coverage. So this stuff matters. I mean, we can sit here and make fun of Starkville, Mississippi all we want, but ASU just made their chore even more difficult. Can we agree on that?
Yes, especially in a week where week 1 was high-level matchups, ranked on ranked. Week 2 there's a lot to be desired in the games that are out there or televised. You have Oklahoma, Michigan is the real big one, but after that, people are going to be looking for good games to watch.
Yeah.
And ASU and Mississippi State are going to be on, I think it's ESPN. Am I wrong?
ESPN2.
ESPN2.
Yeah. So if this game now there's something to everyone's point that Mississippi State can put on the board and say, let's go make this interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, but also you talk about what do you need for motivation? This serves as motivation. I'm not doubting that point at all. And it's a little bit different because it's a non-conference team who's not venturing into SEC territory very often. So it's like, we'll show them what this is all about in Starkville. But Mississippi State also plays in a conference where they're playing ranked teams on a very, very regular basis that are coming to their place. So how much motivation do you need to get up for those teams? This is the number 12 team in the country coming to their place.
It also might be a double reverse motivation for ASU. Look what I just did. Now you gotta save me, your coach for what I just.
That's the Bruce Arians tactic,
Yeah.
where you
have
walk
my back here.
Yeah, gotta have my back, boys.
Well,
I stepped in it. You gotta have my back. Sorry about it, but it's falling in your lap.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say I'm curious to see how much of a topic of discussion this is on Sparky's Den tonight when Kenny Dillingham sits down with our own Luke Lipinski.
Oh, boy. As if things weren't bad enough for Kenny.
Let's see if Paul Feinbaum sticks his teeth into this before the end of the week.
I don't know. He's still. I think he's still
still reeling from the Arch Manning
Arch Manning's performance.
He's probably deep in Louisiana Monroe prep for Alabama this week.
Thanks for watching Bickley and Marotta. Click to see the latest Bickley Blast and hit the button in the middle to subscribe to Arizona Sports.